column you need, then go to Insert. In the Insert tab, we have chart area right here in the middle. The toolbar is kind of small, I guess, but you'll see those icons look like a chart. That's what it is. Then you're going to click Recommended Charts, because those all small icons is sometimes it's hard to know which is which, or you can just hover over the icons, but probably a better way is just click Recommended Charts icon, so that it's going to list all those charts that you can use. Right away, we have column chart, line chart right here. So you can use one of these recommended from Excel, or you can go to All Chart that list all kinds of charts that you can choose from. So it's got like how many? Maybe 20 different charts you can create, starting from column, line, pie, bar, area, different choices. So if it's line, I'm going to go to line chart. Then even in the line chart, you have different kind of layout, whether you have stacked those lines or you have a marker you want to show on the line and all that. So we just starting with the simple one, first one, and there you go. That's our line chart, right? Using job ID and salary, meaning that this particular ID will have this salary amount at 65,000. And another thing we can do is you can just make this chart and put it here so it's floating by itself, or you can make it this chart as a separate worksheets. I think sometimes it's better because you have those chart its own sheets, and you can manage it easier, because sometimes you have a chart kind of floating around, you may lose it or you kind of mess up with the chart. So what you're doing is just click the chart, select the chart, go to Move Chart, then select New Sheets, so New Sheet, and you're going to type it in like a line chart as a name, so that Excel will create a new worksheets and name it as a line chart. Okay, so I'm going to click OK. So there you go. So that's the line chart worksheet. That's coming from sheet 1. And it'll take up entire worksheets rather than having small or tiny ones. From here, the main thing is you should be able to use this chart element. So each chart, it has chart element, this icon right here at the top. That's what you need to use it to format your chart. Okay, for example, title, just go to a chart element. That's the title, chart title. Okay, you want to insert label. Here we go, data label. So that you can insert label there. And just like that. And data table is something you want to put at the bottom of the chart. And grid lines. Grid line is line you can show additionally, either horizontal or vertical. So we have 4 different grid lines. And legend, of course, legend will be at the bottom or left, right, depending on where you want to put it. Right here. Then we have trend line, kind of give you how this values are moving up, down, or straight. That's a trend line. So that's all those format or edit you want to do with chart is under chart element. So don't forget about it. Anything related to your chart, you want to fix it, format it, go to chart element. It's all there. So that's something we focus on when you create a chart. So that's I think one of the most important step you need to understand. You go to chart element, then you want to work on or whatever pieces of things you want to add it to your chart. And at this point, I think you should be able to do column chart, right? Pie chart is interesting. Okay, let's do pie chart. Insurance provided column. Okay, here we go. So we're going to use the insurance column, which is right here, G. Column G, yes or no, right? So the instinct is just highlight them. Okay, let's just highlight them all for column G so that we can show in the pie chart. And let's see how Excel can do it for us. So we're going to go to Insert tab, Recommended Charts. Hey, Excel, yeah, she does it. She does it by itself, which is under Recommended Chart. Of course, you can go to All Chart, Pie Chart there, then you can pursue from here, but this is something kind of weird looking. So we stay in the Recommended Chart. Sometimes Recommended Chart will provide you better choices, rather than going into individual chart. So we're going to choose this because it gives us pie chart, and we're going to click OK. And you'll notice, right? Notice that it creates new worksheet. See that? Sheet number 2. We start from sheet 1, but Excel create a new worksheet, which is sheet 2, and create a pie chart for us. So what happened is under recommended chart option, Excel execute based on what she has, because based on this data, it does not create Excel chart, especially pie chart by itself. I mean, if you do it manually. So you need to manipulate this data, because the way column G is set up is not, it's not like you have clearly indicated how many no's, how many yeses, because we have no and yes, only 2 choices. So you need to organize it. What I'm saying is, for example, you have to create a new column, new cell, and enter number of no, number of yeses. For example, just make it random number. Let's say there's 50. Same thing, no is 50. So this is what you need to use for pie chart. By using this column as it is, it only works for some cases, just like this, right? But not always. If you have a different setting, then you might not have these solutions from Excel. So the way you can solve is create a summary of column G, or whatever the cell, the number of cells that you are conducting, make up table like this, so that Excel understand what exactly you want to create, because one is yes, the other is no, which is much clearer. But if you have G like this, then Excel may experience difficulties to creating it. So that's the suggestion when you have when you need to create it pie chart. But this time it's kind of lucky. Excel does it for us. As you can see, it just created by itself, right? It counted no, which is 50, counted yes as a 50, so that Excel create the chart based on this 4 cells and put it into right here, just like that. This is what we call pivot chart. You probably heard about pivot chart. That's the option that you can use in. I think we will have a chapter module 5 or 6. We're going to have a pivot chart and pivot table. So that's something different compared to when you create a chart. So that's something I want to show up here. So that was pie chart. Combo chart, that's the last one we have here. Combo chart again, combining different type of chart into one. So let's say we want to create a chart based on job ID, salary, signing bonus. Okay, those three. So I'm going to highlight column A. So I'm going to just select 20 of them. Salary, 20. Signing bonus, 20. So selected those three. Job ID, salary, and bonus. So we're going to apply line chart type and column chart type, or vice versa. So we're going to go to Insert tab. We're going to go to Recommended Charts. And if you can find combo chart from recommended chart area, you can do so. But most likely you want to go to all chart for the combo chart, because combo chart is at the bottom of the list in all charts right here. So this will allow you to choose different type of chart. It's kind of small, but it says starting salary as clustered column chart. Signing bonus, you can make it line. So it'll show just like that. So the column is salary, line is bonus. And if you don't like this way, you can just switch to line, or the other one, make it column. But it doesn't look too good, right? So we're going to put it back. So make it column and line. Then one thing we can do is we can have it another axis to the right side. Right now we have 2 axes, but we can have 3 axes. This is what I mean. We're going to click secondary axis, this box, secondary axis, so that we have another axis to the right. So for example, I want to put another axis to the right for signing bonus. So I'm going to click this checkbox, and there you go. So that this side will tell signing bonus amount with that red line across. So I'm going to click OK. There you go. So this is the type of combo chart, combining 2 different type of chart. You can even put another one, like 3 different. But once you go over 2 or 3, and I think it's kind of confusing. So we'll try to use only 2, at most 3 different types. So with this, you can add it by going to chart element, adding title, label, legend, and even you can change the color of the column chart. So you can double click as well. So for example here, if I'm double click this x-axis on the axis, double click, then I have choices of those so that I can change the line, shape, and color. And I work on shadow, glow. So those are more shadow thing that we don't use much. Here, this one is alignment. And the last one is axis option, which is more useful here, so that you can control the value between this, x-axis. That's the tick mark. So this tick mark, you can give an interval. Right now, interval is 1, but if you wanna set it as 2 between those 2 tick marks, then you can make it number 2, so that it'll jump 2 between. If those axes are numbers. Right now it's not number because it's combining J and number, so it's not recognized as number, so we cannot use it. But if it's like in this example, we're going to do this. So double click, Then we're going to go to x-axis. Then we can change the major number. Right now is the value jump like 10,000. So the difference between each unit is 10,000. So we can set it as 5,000 if you want it. So that's a major unit. Or you can even set minimum to different number, maximum, same thing to different number. You can decrease the number like 80,000 if you want it, so that your chart look a little different. So that's basically how you're going to use your chart element, especially, like I said, this, oops, trying to get rid of, there you go, this x-axis option. So same thing to the right side, this axis, double click, then you have an axis option or whatever, option you want to play with. Then minimum, maximum, major, minor, that's the number between these major numbers you can do so, which is not really recommended. All right, so that's kind of give you some summary of how you're going to create your chart and how you're going to format and edit your chart by going to chart elements. Okay, so when you work on the module and the assignment, you'll have a chance to work with all this, chart element in terms of title, axis, data label, legend, and all that. Right? So do you have any questions or comments about charts?
No.
We're good?
I'm good.
All right. Anybody else? Questions? Okay, so again, I'm sorry I posted late, on the link and all that. And same thing, if you have any questions, problems, just let me know so that I can help you out quickly, okay? Don't try to spend your, whole time figuring out and then spend like an hour, 2 hours. That's not good. Just send me your file, then I'll help you out pretty quickly. All right? Okay, so we'll see you next time, okay?